This is True Transformative Fitness. And today we're going to talk about the speed bag from a bodybuilding perspective. From a boxing perspective, this tool is probably one of the most hardest tools to master in a boxing gym. Okay, outside of the heavy bag, ball and ceiling bag, etc., etc. It teaches you timing, distance, speed, rhythm as well, and most importantly, it keeps you to keep your hands up at all time. That's the main part. But anyway, we talking about it from a bodybuilding perspective. Okay, so from a bodybuilding perspective, I cooked my legs yesterday. Okay, I had a very intense workout, and I don't mean that relatively. You know, to give you a little insight into that workout, I did a pyramid workout with a barbell doing squats, and after I did my warm up set, I did sets of 5 until I reached the heaviest weight where I couldn't get the 5 repetitions, and that ended up being like 385 or something like that. So I did progressive overload. I did the same thing with my with deadlifts with my hinge movement. You know what I'm saying? All right. But with that being said, I want to come off my feet a little bit. So here we come with the speed bag. All right. So the speed bag runs the heart rate up. It's going to put us in zone between zone 3 and 5, depending on how you get with it. All right, you know what I mean? Which I'm gonna demonstrate. And there's infinite ways and different rhythms you can hit this bag with. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna just go through the two main ones, but also in addition to everything else, I'm telling you from a cardiovascular standpoint, from a hypertrophy standpoint, with you standing under the bag, right, with your back straight and you're under it, you're holding that position to where you're working all of the most important muscles that's gonna make your physique pop. You know what I mean? It's gonna give you that V taper. All right. What I mean by V taper, if you don't know what a V taper is when you had the wide shoulders. You're gonna see it in my next posing video. Wide shoulders that feathers down to a narrow waist. You understand what I'm saying? So when you hold it up like that, your lats are engaged, okay? And then you're getting into a rhythm. Your biceps, if you've never used a speed bag, it will cook your biceps. You'll swear that you were trying to curl 100-pound barbells, etc., etc. You know what I mean? So it cooks the biceps, and then with you holding your posture, depending on how long your session is, I usually use a speed bag for a warm up and as a finisher at the end of a boxing workout. Or right now, if your legs are real cooked or sore, you can use it to get your cardiovascular up. I don't know if y'all ever seen the machine in a gym. We have one at my gym. But if you have somebody who's fairly overweight, you sit down in it and then you kind of like rotate your arms. You know what I mean? So it's the speed bag version is the varsity version. That machine version is, of course, the JV version. You know what I mean? But anytime you're standing on your feet, you're gonna be burning more calories anyway. All right. So we always want to be on our feet. All right. So in addition to all that, your core is gonna get involved, and your shoulders, and your back. Like I say, all the important muscles that's going to give you that V tape. And of course, we cranking it up with the cardiovascular, so it's going to lean you out, lean you down. So if you're not using a speed bag, from a not even from a skill point of view for boxing, but if you want to actually get that stubborn body fat up off of you and bring in that V taper silhouette, you need it in your repertoire. All right. So now I'm about to demonstrate a couple of movements, and again, you have to be if you've never used a speed bag, you have to be patient with it. You know what I mean? You have to pay attention. So I'm gonna give you a couple of cues right quick. Let me get straight. So the first one we're gonna do two versions. So we're gonna hit the bag, and we're gonna hit it, let it hit the platform one time, two time, and then I'm gonna come back with it until I get the rhythm. We're gonna go 5 on one. No, we're gonna go 3 on one hand, 3 on the left, back and forth. You know what I mean? Till we get into a nice rhythm. But you start off slow. You always start off slow till you can go faster. All right. So here we go. We're gonna start, and then you know what? Something else in regards to speed bag training, man. Once you get a nice rhythm, that platform sound of that leather bag hitting this wooden platform, you get a therapeutic sidebar to that. You feel what I'm saying? All right, back straight. I'm making sure I'm squared up to it, and then I'm hitting it right here. I'm hitting it with my fists. All right, I know but it's at an angle. All right, so that's 1 2. That's the 1 2 I'm talking about. So 1 2, 2 times. So here we go. Starting off slow. All right. So once you get into the rhythm, you see I'm breaking the sweat already. All right. So once you get into the rhythm, like the first couple of repetitions is going to be hard. You're going to be working your way up, whatever, right? So that's one way to do it. Where you go back and forth with the left hand, right hand. Try to keep both our hands up. And as you go along with the workout, man, it's going to cook your back. Like you're going to, wherever your weakest at, that's where you're going to feel, that's where you're going to first feel the failure at. So if you have weak shoulders, that's the first thing you're going to get. So then your body's going to start leaning on the back. So now your back muscles going to start engaging even more, and the biceps. Vice versa. If you have a weak back, you know what I'm saying? You know, your shoulders are going to take over. You know what I mean? So it fills in the weaknesses, okay? Now, this one is a continuous one. Like your hands got to move like Flash Gordon with this one, because now the platform, the ball is just going to stay here. At first we were here, bam. Then I was coming back with it. It was going back 2 times. Now this time, bam. Every time I come back, we're going back and forth. All right. So this one, here we go. Set it up. You get the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? But once you warm up and you get time in, a couple of minutes with it, you know what I mean? Then you'll just get into a non-stop rhythm to it. Bam, but you just killing it, all right? So this tutorial ran a little longer than I expected, but bam, man, get that speed back working so you can get that, lean that torso out, man, and get that V taper. So you walking down the beach looking like a silhouette. You feel what I'm saying? Done.